Hello, everyone. Happy new moon in Leo, August 18, 2020. All right. So get yourself something to drink, kick back, relax. Let's get it started. So for this new moon in Leo, the high peak of the moon is happening on or at 1941. That's 7:41 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. And it is 26 degrees 34 minutes happening in the sixth house. Okay, so let's go over a few things before we, actually get into everyone's horoscope for this new moon. All right, so looking at the chart, if you can make out the sun on the right, the round red circle with the red dot at the center, that's the sun. The sun is in Leo, and the moon is next to the sun, and so is Mercury. Okay, so we're working with that energy, but also we can see the blue line, the red line, and the other blue line going across all of these different aspects happening. And we can consider these aspects in figuring out what meditation we should do at the new moon or full moon, but we're in this new moon in Leo. What can we do, or what am I supposed to expect to happen? Right? This is what people are usually thinking about. Like, what can I look out for? What can I avoid? So of course we want to all avoid bad things, but also we want to realize that we need to learn lessons. We're here to learn lessons, hopefully not in a bad way, but we're here to understand things. So what can we learn? What can we understand about this particular new moon? What do we need to know? There's a couple of things that'll make sense to you. If it's over your head, then it's not meant for you right now. It's just information that someone else might find interesting, okay? So happening in the sixth house, that's Virgo's house, okay? And we're coming up on Virgo season in a few days, but right now we're in Leo season, so happy birthday to all the Leos. All right, so when you think of the sixth house, you want to think of the experiences or the lessons of the sixth house. It's health, fitness, it's about work habits, it could have things to do with pets, organization. Virgo is known for, being an earth sign and organized, our sense of feeling useful. What are you useful for? What is your talent? What are you good at that I serve a purpose for this, right? Also, it's about the service given to you. And I've been experiencing that on Wednesday and then on Saturday, with taking my car in and the service, it was done, but I was waiting too long and it wasn't, good. They missed doing one thing and it was just not a pleasant experience. And I do understand that they're busy because my dad was, and I guess you're forever a mechanic if you ever, worked with cars. But it's just the service of checking in and saying, hey, and after waiting for 2 hours, they didn't start on my vehicle until I asked, hey, what's going on here? And the way we do it in a nice way. Someone else wasn't in the nicest mood, but I understood her frustration. So we can find that 3 days leading up to the high moon, which is our new moon right now, you can see that whatever house the new moon is going to be in, you will experience issues relating to that. Okay. So what did you experience 3 days before the new moon? And the new moon's tomorrow, so I'm going to get this video up for you guys, and I'm going to split this video in two. That way it's not too long for the upload. And I definitely should be going live at some point for some of the videos. So, you'll notice that you'll see certain things in your life that are sixth house issues that you're dealing with leading up to this new moon, okay? And really seeing that, hey, I'm experiencing things where I have to really work on my health or I'm having issues with service or self-improvement. You know, you're thinking, okay, how can I serve myself in my life, or where's my purpose in life, right? And this is your daily life. Some of you might be looking over, hey, what am I doing in my daily life? Am I making progress here? Am I bored? Because you know we're staying home because of this virus and everything happening in the world, and you know we're creating our new reality, and what will manifest from this hopefully will be positive. So we really have to use these high moons and all of the days to live by the moon. If you do, that's my passion. I love that. I love to feel balance and to see if it applies. It's not being strict. It's seeing what applies, right? And having fun with it and seeing how useful it is in my daily life. Okay, so what sixth house issues are you going through? As I'm talking to you, as you're listening to this video, watching this video, look for your sign on this chart. Look also for your rising sign, because in this video we're just going to cover the main part of this, right? And then I'll go into reading the chart in the next video. I'll see how it goes. So happy birthday to all the Leos. All right, this is your time to shine. Also in your birthday season, it's your time to heal and your time to shine. So really, this is a time for you to make time for yourself in meditating on all these different moon cycles, right? And a way to prep yourself is the new moon before your season start, whether you're looking at the Vedic chart or the Western chart. But figure out what works for you. Is really get in a vibration of doing your best healing. Okay, and I would say look at the Vedic chart and start on the new moon before your actual sign begins. So you have a longer time span. You have the Vedic and the Western, right? So this is a very important teaching. When I learned this, I was like, what? I've not known this my whole life, that in my birthday season is the time to really do a lot of healing baths, a lot of meditation, physically getting rid of things you don't need, like a spring cleaning, right? Like how you do spring cleaning, or every 4th season you should do a cleaning, getting rid of stuff, donating, right? So we accumulate a lot of physical things, and we also accumulate a lot of emotional things. So if you are Leo, this is great. This is a great time for you to, you know, tap into this energy, connect to this energy. And this is going to go along with the theme that I felt drawn to focus on for this new moon. This is in the tarot and the astrology, zodiac, and also for the meditation. It's all about growth and manifesting within, and then we can shine, right? Because we're setting ourselves up for the waxing moon after the new moon. The moon is growing and so are we. So what's your ambition? What's your passion? What healing do you need? What is your purpose? What is your goal? What do you want to work on this new moon? What do you want to manifest? The new moon is a time for planting the seeds, right? The new moon is new beginnings, a new endeavor you want to take, a new relationship, a positive change, planting a seed, a physical seed. Maybe you want a garden. Maybe you want to plant a seed to start something new. Maybe you want to be more optimistic to create that law of attraction energy around you. I've been talking to some of my meditation students about this past week. Law of attraction and all the different techniques that people have learned. These are ancient techniques, but it's become new age and popular and whatever. But you want to give credit where credit's due to all of these techniques, right? And you want to be respectful for whatever tradition you're practicing. And that way you're benefiting more, because it's not all about you, but it's about you, right? Healing and connecting to yourself and something greater than you, and the core, the seed, the start of you, right? So that's been a big thing for me. So being optimistic, creating that optimistic energy around you, that way you can tap into that Leo energy for the new moon. What's another thing that the new moon's about? It's about hope and faith is another thing, right? So you're hoping that things will grow. You have faith that it will grow, but you're not just using your energy. You have to use your physical actions, right? So let's get to it. So some few things I wrote down. Now the element, this is so strong because I looked this up on Saturday, because Saturday it was a good day, but it was also like I had to get my car worked on again. So it turned out great, but there was like no air, zero air on Saturday, and the same thing for the new moon. Okay, so what does it mean when there's like no air? I didn't feel like communicating at all. And I realized that there was no air. And being an air element myself, an air sign, I realized that I didn't want to communicate, but I set out a positive energy, and I know I had to get this fixed, right? And I got it fixed. Now, it felt like people that day just were off a little bit, and I think people were just busy, and I think people were filling in for others. I felt like I was doing the same thing and the other people were doing the same thing. It was a great day, but it still had its own energy of feeling as if I just want to stay home. And the moon was in Cancer as well. So I felt like, man, I just want to stay home. I don't want to do anything at all, right? So this new moon happening on Tuesday, the highest element is fire. So if you're lighting an incense, that's fire, right? So whatever meditation you're doing, that is a powerful element to work with. Also, the solar plexus is fire, if you want to tap into that, right? I don't want to go too much into the meditation, but if you're watching this, this also helps. The earth is at 5. And of course, air is 0 and water is 8. So the highest element is fire. The second highest is water, then earth, and then 0 for air. So even if you're around people, you'll feel like you don't really want to communicate that much. So it's a great day for not saying much, but being about it, getting things done that you need to get done. All right, that's the power in this particular new moon. Okay. So let's look at this now. Yes, like I said, no need to talk, just relax and recharge. It's a recharge day because the Leo energy is about getting attention. Now, you don't have to be a Leo, right? Because we have all the 12 zodiacs within us, right? And esoterically, it's represented by our 12 ribs in our body, right? So that's how the ancients would say it. All right. So we are a makeup of this great creation, right? And you can look in your chart for Leo and see where Leo is. Another great way of using the moon. See where Leo is. Is your Leo in your birth chart in your 6th house? Then that's a powerful moon, an extra powerful moon to tap into, right? By the houses, what house the new moon or full moon is in. Also, another thing that you can tap into is the degree. It's 26 degrees, right? The new moon is in Leo. So where do you have 26 in your chart, right? And then maybe empower that aspect, okay? So what you want to do is know that 26 is about strength, confidence, business instincts, and using good judgment. So where in your life do you need strength? Do you feel like you need strength after everything you've been through leading up to this new moon? Do you want to do some kind of meditation or spiritual energy work to help you with that? Do you need confidence, business instincts, good business instincts, maybe advice or some kind of coaching? Okay, and maybe you need to really sit back, relax, and recharge to look at your judgment skills. Do you need better judgment in the decisions that you're making, right? So Leo can help with that because Leo, the sun and the moon. The sun is you, putting yourself first, kind of like that I am Aries energy. And the moon is your emotions. So you need those emotions to care about yourself, but not to overreact or anything like that. And you need Mercury here to help you communicate better, okay, with yourself. Now let's look at this strong aspect, the conjunctions, right? The conjunctions here is the moon conjuncts the sun, the moon conjuncts Mercury. This is challenge in our communication and also working out our self issues. Okay, so look at the root of the issues with communication with you and self-esteem. Maybe your behavior, maybe your feelings, etc. Okay, and you may be feeling frustrated with what's going on in your life, right? So look into that and see where the solution can be. It's a great time to find the best solution to any challenging experience that you have. Because remember that Leo spirit is a winning spirit, right? It's a winning energy. It wants the spotlight, but it also wants to be heard like anyone else, right? And they make sure that they're heard. And you want to make sure that you're doing it in the right way where you're not causing more of a problem. Now, looking at Mars trine Mercury, okay, how do you get your point across? Maybe your style of getting your point across isn't helping you. Mercury's all about that fighting defensive energy. Well, Mars is about the fighting defensive energy, protective energy. Sometimes it could be too sensitive and defensive, and sometimes it's rightfully defensive, okay? And then Mercury is about communicating. So how do you communicate? How do you get your point across, right? The trine is really about ease and flow. How can you make your communication flow easily? Okay, so you have to be more comfortable and strong-willed in your communication, right? But you need to do it in your own style. You can watch someone else be their personality, no one really messes with them, or people know that they're witty, so if they say something smart, they're going to get pretty much dissed, and rightfully so, if they're starting something that they shouldn't. So that person's personality works for them, but you have to find it in your own way. Some people are good at silence, some people are good with a stare, some people are good with being witty, and they know how to use their words to not make themselves look bad, but to handle that situation. So what works best for you? But this Mars trine Mercury is really a time for you to empower your planning abilities and your creativity when it comes to communicating with flow. Okay? So this is what I wanted to get across to you guys in this video, is really knowing that using this moon, you can look at your birth chart, see if your Leo is in the sixth house. If it is, great. Is the moon in the sixth house? Is Mercury in the sixth house? That even makes this new moon more powerful for you. But this new moon and every moon is powerful for everyone. Okay, so this is just a deeper way that you can connect to the moon. And I really want to put this in a book as well. So this is like really good stuff to know. Okay, now this new moon again is about you finding how can you grow. What challenges are you having leading up to this full moon, to this new moon? And then that's where you can figure out where you can grow, right? And how you can manifest things. Maybe you realize, hey, I've known about this thing for a long time, but I'm not applying it in my life. And maybe this is the Leo new moon that's going to give you the strength and the confidence and the fire to believe in yourself and to actually get this done. Okay, with any kind of manifesting ritual that you're doing this new moon, whatever your practice is, you want to start it at least 10 minutes before 7:41 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 10:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So find out when the high peak is. That's the minute that the moon is at its strongest. Now, that strong energy is going to last 34 minutes starting at 7:41 p.m. Tuesday, August 18, 2020. So, like I say, I teach meditation and all these other wellness fitness classes. And after 3 minutes of being in a dance or some kind of warm-up practice, that's when the chi in your body gets pumped up, right? That's the max. That's when it's like the engine is like warmed up. Your body is warmed up after 3 minutes. So before you meditate, you want to do some kind of dance or some kind of stretching for at least 3 minutes. That way your physical body is warmed up. You can be as spiritual as you want, but you're physical. So your body can't feel just, okay, I'm just going to start meditating now. You need to do something, and it also lifts the endorphins in your body. So this is a very chemical reaction within you that's going to give more power to what you're about to do. Okay? So that's what I wanted to cover. Right? So we want to say, how can I use this new moon to improve and power up? That's a question that you can ask yourself. What's going to be your practice? If you have any questions, reach out to me, leave a comment, and let me know. Okay? This will definitely help you. Let's see, something else that you need to know in this video. Like I said, Leo's in the 6th house. Leo's in Virgo's house. And it is an earth sign. And it's all about improving yourself, work, health, and also nutrition. This is powerful right now with what's going on in the world right now. Our health, our nutrition is really important. Looking into your blood type, talking to your doctor, doing your research. What food? There's different methods and techniques. Eating for your blood type, eating for your body. Really looking at the food you eat and say, why do I eat this? Why am I told it's okay to eat this? What's good for my body? I have this conversation a lot with my kids. What's good for you? I have this conversation with myself. What am I going to pay for in the future that I don't have to, if I can avoid it, by applying my health is my wealth, by what I eat. So, checking into that. Okay, a powerful direction this new moon is west. And the powerful time is at the sunset, because everything is happening in the descending part of the chart. So I like to tap into the placement and apply that to my practice. Okay, you can, I practice Qigong. So right now facing east for summer is powerful because we're in the season of the sunrise, right? However, at this new moon, the powerful direction is west and at sunset, okay? And it's an internal focus. It's an internal focus of self, okay? External issues of the world and internal personal relationship issues. You'll have a little bit of that, but you'll have a lot of home environment, family issues as well, as you trying to be creative to kind of replace something that you're not doing right now. Work, it has to do, even work is very important always, but work is important right now. But also finding for people that maybe are not working right now or are working in your leisure time, you really can't say go to the movies. I hear the movie theaters will be slowly opening again, maybe in some places, I don't know for sure. But, being creative. A lot of people want to roller skate. I can't even find a roller skate to pick that up and teach myself, I haven't, I barely found one last week, and it was like the last size in my size. And I had to buy it a size bigger than my feet. And that's one thing you got to know. Like if you're a size 8, you might want to get 8.5 in roller skates. So I had to learn that, I had to get a little bit bigger. But it's hard to find these little things that we took for granted, right? More people are going for hikes. I'm like, who are these people? Where do they come from? Going for hikes. I was talking to a girlfriend. I'm like, no, not a lot of people would go out for hikes, but we're all trying to find something creative to do. And that's good. We're tapping into our child self. And this is really good. So this new moon is all about that interpersonal focus, right? And using this Leo fire energy of really being self-confident can help a lot of us for our growth, personal growth, to be a better person, a stronger person for this life, so we don't have to come back and relearn this issue again, right? And we can manifest what we want at this new moon. So that cycle of waxing moon, we're growing on it. And then when the next full moon comes, we can see what manifest, what worked, how did I shine from within? Did I shine from within more? And then maybe, the next cycle, I can actually shine out. For everyone, it's going to work differently. Everyone's manifesting game is at different levels, because we might still need to learn a little something before we get that thing that we think we want. Okay? So another cool thing to learn about your birth chart, and also apply to the new moon and whatever you need to know before you get your horoscope in the next video, right? Is the 8th house, the pretty much like the 9th house, 8th house, 7th house is empty. Okay, I think I wrote notes on that, but I'm looking at the chart right now. And the houses that are empty is not so much to learn from those houses, right? Right now, right? It's not that much to learn. However, all the other houses where the activity is, we need to learn. We need to learn what's going on from those houses. Okay, the empty houses, and you say someone was born today, or on the new moon, they karmically mastered those issues in the past life. So you don't need to focus on that. But the 11th house, we need to really look into that. Let me click over to that. I'm looking on my screen. So we need to learn a lot about the 6th house, the 5th, the 11th, the 2nd house, and the 1st house. Okay, and also the 4th. The 4th house has the North Node and the South Node. North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, and that's going to be there for a while. So there's a lot to learn. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up here, and then I'm going to go over and make now the horoscope video. All right, so I hope this was beneficial to you guys, that you have an understanding of this new moon. And this information is really important, so that when you hear your horoscope, you'll better be able to take it in. So again, some of you could be asking yourself, how can I make my environment better where you live, your home? How can I be a part of my environment, right? Maybe you're feeling shut off, but you need to be a part. This is the big thing for people right now, leading up to fall and winter, and the calendar new year of January, and the moon new year in March, is how can I make my environment better? Where you live, your community. How can I be a better part of my environment, right? So whatever it is that your jam is, whatever your little goal is, that's a strong focus for everyone. And even if you don't consciously realize it, subconsciously, that's what's needed. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Please click like if this was beneficial. And then the next video uploaded will be the horoscope for all 12 signs.